Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Chris Kidd, he is a regular on The Price of Business. Love having him on the program. And his website is chriskidd, KIDD.com. Chris Kidd Enterprises. He is the coach and financial consultant extraordinaire, particularly a coach. He's just not interested in saying, hey, let me take over your money, but rather tooling people to become excellent when it comes to their money. And we have done for years now really interesting and quality programming regarding the whole sports industry and the entertainment industry, and really how business and money and sports and entertainment, really how they're all intertwined. And it's been a long time since we have been able to chat. I wanted to go ahead and kind of have a general discussion over some really interesting stories I've seen recently. The most interesting for me, maybe, the ESPY Awards, which were earlier this week, where what we found was that the Astros, one of our favorite teams, one of our favorite baseball teams, won Team of the Year. And Team of the Year isn't just for a sport, because we all know Astros are the best team in baseball. But Team of the Year altogether. And in fact, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles for Team of the Year, which I thought was really impressive. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought at first I was thinking, well, hey, this is a no-brainer. It's obviously the Astros. But then I got to thinking about the Eagles and everything that they've, gone through and how they've really developed that team and where they've come from. So I was thinking, well, the Eagles could possibly be a bit of a challenge there, even though being a Cowboys fan, I am not an Eagles fan. Sorry, Philly listeners, but I did think that the Eagles deserved it second most to the Astros. But the Astros, man, that was an amazing team last year. I even actually took my boys to Game 5, that phenomenal historic game here that didn't end till like 12:30 or 1 in the morning. It was awesome. They had the Astros fever the next morning. Had to call in for school and everything. And don't know if I can say that on the air, but it's past now. So anyhow, yeah, that was an awesome night. The whole run that they made, everything with the whole Houston Strong campaign after Harvey. I mean, it was an amazing season.
It was special, and I guarantee you weren't the only dad who did that. I guarantee you that. I love what the Eagles did, but I remind listeners that, in 2015, which, 2 years before, or 2014 rather, the Astros were one of the most mediocre teams in baseball. You look at that transition in 3 years, that was pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, and there's a book about it now. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but he writes for Sports Illustrated, and that's a guy that I would like to have on as a guest. We need to see about getting a hold of him, or if he's listening, or his people, they can get a hold of us. But that he did the whole Moneyball. Well, not the Moneyball, but the article on Sports Illustrated years ago, like 2014, about Astros 2017 MLB champions or World Series champs, and that was when there was like no way. They had like the absolute worst record in baseball, and they went from there to, just as he predicted, 2017. So it was awesome. He's got a book out about it now.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I saw that book, and in fact, I'm trying to get a review copy of it myself. I'm totally with you on that. We do need to do an interview or several on that. It's just an amazing story. It's phenomenal. Talk a little bit about, to change the subject a little bit. Not really, actually, still in the same theme. It looks like, to me, there's a great chance that Altuve could become MVP He may be the MVP for the first half of the year, but I almost think Alex Bregman may be the MVP of the entire league for the first half of this season.
I am right with you 100% on that. Bregman is awesome. I mean, he was phenomenal coming on last year, and he just kept going up and up and up. I know he's got a great work ethic, works really hard. Hey, he got MVP of the All-Star game. I mean, it's amazing. We've got several guys. I say we, on the Astros, and they could all be MVPs. I mean, it's just take your pick. Whoever's playing the best at the time. Yuli, he's the best hitter in baseball right now with guys on base. And Springer, he was the World Series MVP last year. And they've got an awesome team. And
but look at Gaddis. Gaddis would be the cleanup hitter, or at least the fourth or fifth hitter for any other team. He's just in such a rich, talent-rich team like the Astros. He's done crazy stuff. What, over 30 RBIs in 1 month? No one's ever done that in the history of, one player in the history of the Astros. It's just unheard of. What a talent-rich team. And our pitching lineup is, for the starters at least, were as good as half of the people that were sent to the All-Star game. It's just, we're pretty scary. Our only weak spot, of course, is in the reliever space. That's the part that needs to be addressed. But I almost think we could have won that All-Star game against either talent on the American League or the National League. Because remember, it was for one night, and we could use all of our starters as relievers. It would have been interesting to see how that would have panned out.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Ben Ritter, he's the guy that wrote Astro Ball, the book we were talking about, and
Astro Ball.
But he also predicted that the Astros would repeat in 2018. So I think there's a very good chance, and I know we would love to see it. So we'll see if that happens.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I think with our new general manager, and his brain team of all these engineers and scientists that he has, and I'm not joking, his whole office is made up of scientists and engineers, is extraordinary. I think we're going to be contenders for years to come. We may not always win, but we're going to be serious for years to come. I say good luck to everyone else out there. Okay, couple of minutes left. I had to ask you about your thoughts about the MLB Eastern, the Eastern Conference. Not MLB, I'm sorry, NBA Eastern Conference. What in the world has happened to them? They are now like a minor league system.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it's really just a matter of how strong the Western Conference has gotten. And you have the Warriors out there, and then we've got the Rockets, who I really think that the Rockets were the best team in the NBA last year, and I know there's plenty of room for argument on that. But I mean, if the Rockets were playing their best basketball, there's no way they would have lost to Golden State, in my opinion. They were not playing their best basketball. But yeah, the Eastern Conference is it's really just gone downhill. It's been kind of like whoever wins the West, well, that's the championship right there. The Western Conference Finals is the championship. And now with LeBron gone, and Boston's still got a good team, but other than that, I don't really know who I see that can compete with any of the top teams of the West.
The NBA Finals has become like an exhibition game. It's really weird because it's so foregone that whoever wins the West is going to win all of it. I would say there's at least 3, arguably 4 teams in the West better than the best team in the East. That's pretty sad.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty big gap on that whole deal. As far as Rockets versus Golden State, I don't know. I mean, I got to tell you, the depth of the chart of Golden State is why Golden State wins. If you notice, we're always winning in the first half, and then we lose in the second half in the latter part of those games in a series against them, and that's because their 6th, 7th, 8th player are better than ours. Our 5 is probably better than their 5, but our 6, 7, and 8 just can't keep up with theirs. And they can take a lot of breaks that our players can't take. But I'm with you, though. I mean, we are a phenomenal team. I would have loved to see King James come to Houston. I think he only went to L.A. Had nothing to do about his game future. It had to do with his media career. You know, he's made TV shows. He's been in movies. He sees that as his next chapter. I think that's the only reason why he moved to L.A. or also, as we know it, as Hollywood. Hey, chriskidd.com. That's 2 D's at the end. chriskidd.com. That was fun. Got to get you back on soon, my friend. Thanks so much. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. But, you know, the show continues 24/7, regardless of time of day and day of week. And where do we do that? Over at priceofbusiness.com, where this nationally syndicated program is continuously keeping you up to date with what's going on. So make sure you check that out, including information on our continued expansion. More for you right after this.